Hi, and welcome to this very, very short film. And you'll notice my smile because this is a lovely, lovely film to make. And some of you may have thought, oh, Mike's going to talk about mindfulness again. And I am. But I'm coming at it today from a very, very fresh perspective. And I'm coming at it from the perspective that you can't feel joy at any other time. You can't feel joy in the past. And you certainly can't feel joy in the future. The only time you can ever really experience joy is in this present moment. And we experience joy in a place of no judgment. And if we're mindful of joy and happiness, it can just be one of those life-enhancing moments. And we can get more joy in our life so simply. So have a brief look at the slide that I'm sharing at the moment. And this slide, I just call it the 3 good things slide. But those of you boffy ones out there, those of you who really love your science, who really love your research, and because you're nurses, there'll be loads of you secretly that just love this stuff. Look at this as an evidence base, a randomized, placebo-controlled study. Oh, isn't that just lovely? Randomized, placebo-controlled. And what I love about that is it's really good quality evidence for positive, mindful psychology. And it's so simple, this. All we looked at, all that the researchers decided to explore, and this was Seligman and Steen. Oh, I mean, we're really looking here about great names. What they decided to look at was, do you know what? Could we do an experiment as to if people just once every day for a week, that's it, once every day for a week, we're going to ask people to stop and we're going to say, right, I'm going to write down now 3 things that went really well for me today. And as soon as I say that, a little voice in my head was, Mike, can you find 3 things? You bet I can. So actually, 3 things that went well today is I made my wife a cup of tea first thing this morning because I was working this morning. And when I made her a cup of tea, she looked up and she looked really chuffed that this husband of hers, after nearly 70 years of marriage, there was joy in saying that. Nearly 28 years of marriage, still will bring her up a cup of tea and tell her that he loves her. There's joy. Second thing that brought me joy and pleasure today was the sun. Just came out about 10 minutes ago. Been a miserable day. I sat here, looked out the window, the sun came out, the colours changed, and right out of my front window there, I've just got the most beautiful flowers growing in a pot. There's joy. And the third thing that gave me joy was a piece of clinical work I did today when the woman I was working with made me laugh. She made me laugh so much that I had to gather myself to continue my therapy session. And then what we do is we write those 3 things down and look what the slide tells us. And then we write a causal explanation. So we write down, yep, made my wife a cup of tea and that went really well. Why did it go well? Because I made the tea properly. I heated the cup, you know. I made it really well. I did it with love and care. And I delivered it with a smile. And I write that down. And then I say, okay, what else went well? Just looking out of a window and mindfully finding beauty just out that window there. And the third thing that went well was properly engaging with another human being and making a difference and laughing. That's why it went well. And then I put my book away and I wait for the next day. Now look at that evidence base. You see, all that happened was that people asked to write down 3 things that went well every night for 1 week. Look at that, 6 months on, and as a result, Seligman and Steen would argue, as a result, although there were other variables, I'm sure, as a result of that, the happiness curve carries on going up. But look at that drop in depressive symptoms. And the symptom drop occurs right the way until nearly at that 4-month period. And then things kind of got a bit more. And I think that just says you need another week of writing down 3 things that went really well. So mindfulness does not have to be boring. And we combine mindfulness with something as powerful as positive psychology in an experiment as simple as this. And we can all do this. So let's use this mindful stance towards positive psychology and joy. And let's see if we can't make ourselves happier, better, joyous people. So I hope this has been kind of interesting and maybe even a little bit of fun. So thank you all for listening and have wonderful, joyous days. Thank you.